Yes. Yes, Ashish, can you hear me? Hello. Yeah. Thank you, Ashish. Let me continue. Here we are in this HTML4 in that we discussed yesterday. Oh, here anchor tag and the frame set. Anchor tag, how to use it to develop the application, and the frame set, how to use it, we discussed. Here under HTML4, here we are in web UI programming. In that, our first topic here, it is on HTML4. Okay, here, second topic here, CSS2. Third one, it is on JavaScript. Here, fourth, I'll continue on HTML5. Then fifth, I'll continue on CSS3. Then sixth one here, it is on jQuery. Then seventh, Ajax. Eighth, responsive design. Here, ninth, Bootstrap. 10th, lessons as. 11th, project. 12th, exam. So like this, I'll continue. Total duration, it is here 2 months. Okay. Within this 2 months, we already entered in HTML4. So we are continuing on HTML4. In that, almost we are in last few programs of HTML4. After that, my order will be here like this. 21st June 2025 at 6 a.m. Here, this is what here our goods content. In that, we entered in HTML4. First topic HTML4. Under this, so first program we discussed here, pair tags, comma, unpaired tags. Second program, it is on block and inline elements. Here, third program is on marquee tag. Here, fourth one, it is on UL tag and OL tag. Here, fifth program, it is on table tag, table of content. Here, sixth program, it is on marquee tag, UL tag, table tag, then anchor tag, href. Here, how to display that anchor tag and the frame set. Frame set example, anchor tag and the frame set example we discussed yesterday. Then seventh, I'll continue on. Seventh, I'm going on meta tag. Here, eighth one, it is on input elements. Input type equal to text, button, radio button, how to write all input elements. Ninth one, it is on form tag. Method equal to either get or post. Action page here, any of the server page. PHP page or a Java page. So like this, we'll learn about all these tags. Okay. Here, yesterday, frame set is used to divide one window into multiple windows. So by that, we discussed here how to use this frame set to develop our application. Here, we discussed here how to use this frame set program to develop our application. Here, frame set, calls and rows you can write. Here, how it will display that calls and here rows, how it will divide, we discussed yesterday. Here, in that, here, frame set, calls. If you write it here, how many stars or numbers you'll write, those many columns you can divide your frame set. Here, if you write rows also here, you can write here how many stars you will write, those many rows and those many columns you can write. Within this, you can write it here. Here, we can write it here, that calls and rows. Under this, we can use it here, frame, SRC. We can add it here, that each and every frame for our application, we will write here. It works for only local file. It won't work for any URL. If you write the URL, you are restricted. It cannot display. So because of security reason, it won't display. Suppose if you write www.google.com, if you write it here, this google.com security reason, it won't display for our program. Next, SRC here, if you write one.html program, and this is your two.html program, and this is your three.html. So within one window, it will show you three windows for our three parts. It will do 4 parts, it will divide, and 4 parts it will display for our application. Here, one it is the area for google.com, then remaining all will be here one.html, two.html, three.html, it will display. Within this, if you display that anchor attack program, so here anchor attack program you can display. Here it is one.html. This is two.html. Here it is three.html. Like this you can display. If you write here one.html, that one.html, in that, suppose if you use the anchor attack here, self, within the self frame only it will display that anchor attack self target. Here top, it will display here entire window, underscore top and underscore parent will occupy entire window, complete window of our program. Here complete window of our program will be occupied. So total window will be occupied when you write anchor attack target is top or anchor attack target is parent. So in these two cases, it will display entire window. If you write underscore self, it will display here only in the self window. And blank, here it will open that one in the new tab. Here blank, here if you click on this blank here, that blank will be opened in the new tab of the browser. So if you write it here underscore blank here, see, here itself we can write it here underscore blank here. This underscore blank will open it in the new tab of the browser. So it will open it in the new tab of the browser. This is underscore blank. So this way it will open that output for our program. This is all about the here anchor attack program. Anchor attack for our application, we can write like this. Here, next anchor attack top, parent, self, blank, and yeah, ABC or XYZ. Wherever you write your target is ABC. So your underscore or ABC or XYZ, if you write it, whichever the frame name is ABC, in that target, it will open this output. So this is all about the anchor attack and the frame set example. Yesterday we discussed that. Here we executed this program under this anchor attack and the frame set. I'll show you how this works with the execution. After that, I'll go for meta tag. Meta tag and input elements are small applications. Here, let it load. Here, in this time, I'm using here anchor attack program. How it will display for our application, you can check. Yeah. Here, open recent, 6 a.m. Here it is, frame set example. Right click, run it with live server. By this, it will display here all 4. Here, all 4 examples it is showing. Suppose if I write one of it as a URL here. If we write it here URL, http://www.google.com. If I write it here, so now you can see that here, this is google.com refuse to connect. Here it is refuse to connect. This Google, here once you click on it, that Google is occupied entire window of our application. Next here, table example. Here it is open that table example in the same tab itself. Here blank, it is occupying entire window of the browser. Self only within the self window of the frame set. Next here, parent, it is occupying entire window of our browser. Then ABC, if you click on ABC, see this target is opened in the new tab of the browser. Here, this way only you can execute your program. So here, once you click on this Google, it will open that URL within the self tab, but refuse to connect. It cannot display. Here, but local files it will display. Here, by default one and the local file and self, all will open within the self frame. Top and parent, entire window. Blank, new tab. ABC, here, whichever the tab, frame set name is ABC, in that it will open. So this is totally about the anchor tag and the frame set example. So now I'm going for meta tag. This meta tag is under head section. Under head tag, we write it here, this meta tag. Here, meta char set UTF-8. UTF-8 means here, this will write it inside the head section. So inside the head, whatever you write, that is an instruction to the browser. Here we are giving instruction to the browser. This is the character set of UTF-8. UTF-8 is the character set for this. So char set UTF-8 here. So in this time, this meta tag, whatever it is displaying here. So in this time, this meta tag character string standard. String what you are writing inside your application, that is UTF-8. UTF-8 standard string we are using here for this meta tag. Meta tag UTF-8, here this is one string standard we are displaying here, this meta tag by UTF-8. UTF-8 is one string standard. With this we are displaying our output like this. Meta char set UTF-8. So by that UTF-8 standard meta tag you can display for our program. For our program, we can display here meta character set UTF-8. UTF-8 standard meta tag we are using for our program. Next, here meta char set UTF-8 meta and here name. So what is the name of your program? Here name, author, who developed your application, that author, and content equal to here author name. Scott, Tiger, whoever create that author name will write. Here meta means data about data. Metadata means here it is data about data. Here a name, author, content. Here itself, this is what here name, keywords. So what all the keywords I'm using for my program, and then content equal to that ABC or XYZ, LMN keywords we are using here. So next meta name equal to description. Here content equal to that ABC description, XYZ description, LMN description. We can write like this. Here next meta, here name and content and name and author, here char set UTF-8. Next we have this meta tag. Here meta UTF-8. So UTF-8 standard meta tag we can display for our program like this. Next one here. So HTTP equi. Here refresh. So because of this one, here content equal to 4 or 5, any number if you write. So every 4 seconds, my web page will be refreshed. Because of this meta tag, every 4 seconds, my web page will be refreshed. So after refreshing, if you want to redirect to other URL, you can write it here, URL http www.google.com. So like this, you can redirect your page to that particular URL by this. Here meta http equal refresh and content equal to 4, URL equal to here google.com. So because of this, it will display that google.com. See here http equal refresh, and because of this, you can display your content URL. Here with that, you can display your output. Here meta http equi refresh. So because of this, it will display here that meta tag what I am displaying here, HTTP query refresh. Because of this refresh, it will display that meta tag. A meta tag will be refreshed for every 4 seconds and it will redirect to that URL. Here, next meta HTTP equi, here equi pragma. Here pragma and then content equal to no caching. So without cache information, you can display your output. This is possible by HTTP equi-pragma. HTTP equi-pragma. So because of this, without any cache information, it will maintain our application. This is what here HTTP equi-pragma. So like this, we have so many other meta tags. Here, these all meta tags, it don't give any output difference. Only this refresh meta tag only, you will see that output. But remaining all, just it is an instruction to the browser. It will be helpful for search engine. Search engine, SEO site sake will use this type of meta tag. Description, content, keywords, these all will be helpful to pick your site from here. You can pick your site will be picked out by SEO. When you are searching anything, that keywords will be searched in this. So by that it will execute. Here author, keyword, description, refresh, pragma. So this way you can use it here, your meta tag. Meta, HTTP, query, refresh and pragma content no cache. So this way we without cache information, you can maintain your application. These all will write it here in head section, meta.html. So now you can find it here, doc type HTML, here itself head. So here meta, char set, UTF-8. Here only we can write meta, name. Here, who is the author for this? Here itself content, here author name. Here only we are writing here meta, name, keywords. Here content, here that ABC or XYZ, comma, LMN keywords you can write. Here meta name equal to description of the keywords. Here description. Here content equal to that each keyword description you can write. Here XYZ description and then LMN description. Here LMN description, like this you can write your method. Next meta, here author, keywords, description, and here only we have here author name, content. Here we have another one, here it is name, author, content. Next one here it is here HTTP quick refresh. So first I'll write it here, content equal to 4. See here, if I normally run my program other than live server, see here, you can see if you check it here, see every 4 seconds it is refreshing. Suppose if I write it here, I'll increase to 8 seconds. I'll give you body color. Body BG color I'm giving here, gray color. So now if you write it here, so after 8 seconds, my web page turned to gray color. See, this is auto refreshment. Suppose if I change it to green color, see after 8 seconds, it is refreshing to green color. See, this is because of here HTTP equi refresh. Because of this refresh, automatically my web page is refreshing and displaying the output like this. My web page is refreshing and displaying the output like this. This is possible by meta tag. So meta, HTTP, query, refresh and content. So because of this, it will display that output for our application like this. This is about the HTTP query, refresh and meta tag. So next meta, HTTP equi pragma. Here itself content equal to no cache. So without cache information, you can display your output. It won't give any output difference. Here, now if you write it here URL, so semicolon, if you write it here URL equal to http www.google.com. See, after 8 seconds, it will redirect to google.com. So automatically my web page will be redirected to google.com. After refreshing of this web page, see here, see, automatically my web page got redirected. There is no back button here. Here, if you run this program here, automatically it is redirecting to google.com. So this type of redirection, it is possible by here. Now right click, run it with live server. See here. Here, automatically my web page after 8 seconds, it is redirected to google.com. Only this meta tag only, it will show you difference. Remaining all, it won't show you any difference here. This is all about the meta. Here, meta tag we are using here, HTTP equipragma, content no cache. Here, these all we are using here to display our output. Okay, so this is all about the here meta, name, content, HTTP equipragma and all we are using like this. So next one. This is about the meta tag, how to use this meta tag to develop our application we understood. Next, I'm going for one more tag here. That is what here, input element. So label will write it here to display that label. Here, username, password, like that. We can write it here under label. And you can write your text box, input type equal to text, and ID of this text box, name of this text box, class of this text box, you can write. Here, whatever ID you will write it here, and whatever name you will write it here, and class name you are writing here. With this, you can access this text box value from server code and JavaScript. It will display one text box. You will enter your content at the runtime. To read your text box value from JavaScript, we will use it here, name and class name. Sorry, ID and the class name. ID class name to access input element from JavaScript. From JavaScript only we can add it here, we can call it like this. Next one here, it is name attribute here. Name attribute, we use it here to access this input element. Here, to access input element from here, to access input element from this is what here, server code. So server code, it may be Java, PHP, Python, .NET, here all programmings, any one of the programming will use it like this. To access your input element value from JavaScript, here to access your input element value from server code. Server code, we use it name attribute, and access it from JavaScript, we'll use it here, ID and the class name. ID and name and class name. These all attributes of input element. Like this, you can write text boxes, buttons, radio button, checkbox, drop down list, all how to write it. I'll show you one by one. Okay, so I'll explain here what all the input elements we have, how to write all input HTML elements, input.html. So now it is about the type HTML. Here itself you can write head and followed by body. Under this head, I'm writing here, this is what here meta, char set UTF-8. UTF-8 is the standard of meta tag. Next meta, here name, sorry, meta tag is not required here. If you want, you can write, no problem. Here title, this is what here, input tag example. Here, now I'm writing here label. This label here, it is username. So under this, I can write it here, input type equal to text box, ID for this text box txt, then name of this text box here un, class of this text box here like this you can type. And label for this here, it is password. Here only we can write it here, input type equal to password, ID of this password button, here name of this, here BW, and the class of this, here PD. Like this you can write. Next, one more label I'm writing here, email address. This email address we can write it here, input type equal to email, then ID of this email address and the name of this email address. Here, class of this email address you can write like this. Here, similar way, one more label. Every input element is a inline element. So we have to use BR tag to move the content into the new line. Here it is email address, password, and name. And the next one here. Next one it is on gender. Gender generally will write it here with the radio button. So here itself input type equal to radio. Then ID of this radio button male. Name of this radio button here. Name should be same. Both radio buttons name should be same. Then only you can select one radio button from there. Here class of this radio button here and value we have to write for this male and female. Why? Because with this value only you will select one radio button from here. Here you will select one of the radio button. Here one of the radio button you can select it here from here. So male and female for this radio button. Next we are writing here label, username, password, email address, gender. Next one here. Here it is input type text, input type button, input type radio. Like that you can display. Here only you can check it here. Here gender, radio button, country. And both radio buttons name should be same. ID class name you may write different, but name should be same. Why? Because you can select any one radio button from there. If you don't write the names are same, it will allow to select both radio buttons. Generally for male and female, we should not allow both selection. Any one we have to allow to select a radio button. Next country generally will write it here, here drop down list. Here name, ID, class name, you can write it. Here options will write it here to write our. Here options we are writing here, select and options. Under this value of this radio button will write like this. Here this way you can display here value. So it is about the India. Here itself I can write it here India. India. So here only you can write USA. Here only you can write UK. Here it is USA. Here it is UK. Here only Japan. Here Japan. Like this we can write it here our all input elements. So country drop down list will write like this. After completion of these all, here input elements and country drop down list. Here drop down list, we will write it here date of birth. So suppose if I write it here date of joining or date of birth, if you want to write, we can use it here input type equal to date. Here input type date, ID of this, name of this, and the class of this you can write. Here similar way you have three options for writing this date. Input type, date time. Here date time is one option. And another one here input type, date time local. Here date time local. So any one of the input element you can write it to display that date for our application. To display this date, we will use it here input type date or input type date time and input type date time local. Any one input element you can use it to display this output. Next. Next one more one here, it is label date of birth. Here country drop down list and then age. Suppose if you want to write the age here, so age input field will write it here input type equal to number. number, ID for this, name for this, and the class for this, you can write. Here with this, you can display here that name, number. But for this number, it will allow to select any number, 1000, 10,000, 1 lakh number, it will allow. So we should not allow for the age that much. So for this, maximum 100 and minimum 0. Here, no negative numbers and not more than 100. So like this, generally we'll write it here, that label. Here itself, label courses what you want to learn. Generally, we'll show you here checkboxes. Input type equal to checkbox. ID for this, name for this, and the class for this we can write here. And value of this checkbox, you can write it here, PHP, Java, .NET, like that you can write. Here, by this, all your input elements you can write for our program. Here it is .NET, and here only PHP, Java, .NET, Python. Here, like this, we can display here all our output for our program. So this way only we can execute our drop-down list. Sorry, checkboxes. After this checkbox, here button. We have two types of buttons, input type button. Here you can write name, ID, class name for this button. Here to submit it, or here to read the value of this button. Here value of this button here. Click. Next button tag here. Click a dot dot. So two ways you can write your button. I'm writing name, ID, and the class name for this. Here with this you can display your output. Now if I run this program through live server, here you can find it here. This is one text box. This is one password box. This is one email address. See here, email address you can write like this. Gender, you can select either any one here, male or female you can select. Suppose if you write the names are same, here in this name of that radio buttons are not same. See, I wrote gender 1. See here. Now it will allow to select both radio buttons. So that's why name should be same. So then you can select any one radio button here. So if you write the names are same, so that will comes under one group. Under one group, you can execute your program. Next country drop-down list here, India, USA, UK, Germany, Japan, like that you can write it. This is what here, country drop-down list. Next, here only you can check it here, date time, input type date, will select it like this. This is what here, input type date option. Input type date time local, here all will write like this. Here only you are writing here input type date. So here like this, you can write it here manual entry of date. And now here you can select any date and any months, any year and AM, PM, anything you can select it. This is what here date of birth. Next here age, you can select any number like this. Suppose if it is reached to 100, further it won't move. See, once it reaches to 100, further if I click it, it is not moving, increasing. Here, if I decrease it, it is not less than 0. So, minimum, maximum value we set. Here, code says, this is what here, one checkbox. Difference between checkbox and the radio button here. Radio button, we should allow to select only one, any one of the radio button. But code says you can select any. Here, from that given list of courses, you can select any number of courses. And this is input type button, this is button tag. Anyway, you can write your input elements like this. This is totally about the input elements for our application. And we can write it most widely used all input elements like this. Other than this, you have so many other input elements we have. What I am explaining in the class, just it is a basic idea. It is not the limit of the syllabus. In the classroom, what I am explaining here, this is only the limit for that syllabus. It is not the limit of that syllabus. Just it is a basic information and widely used one in the development. Other than this, so many input elements we have, so many other tags we have, so many tags we have. So here in this input element sake, if I write it here, placeholder. Placeholder, you can, other than label, you can write enter your name. Like this, you can write. Here it is one placeholder. This placeholder, you can write it here. In this, I'm writing here placeholder. This placeholder, we can write like this. Enter your name, enter your password, enter your email address. Like this, we can write it here. All input elements. Here, like this only, we'll write it. See here, enter your name, enter your password, enter your email address. Here, male and female. Male and female, like this you can write. Next, country drop down list, India, USA, UK. Here, you can find it here. Here only you can write it here. That manual entry of date, and here, this way you can write here. Here manual entry of date and the month, hours, years, like this, you can write it here. All date and time, you can select it like this. Input type date, we can write like this. So by that, you can display here date and time for our program. This value attribute I'm writing for this option. Why? Because I'm selecting from the given drop down list. I'm selecting from the given drop down list. So I'm not using the I'm not entering my data here. I'm using that existing drop down list. So that's why here the drop down list for this program, that given drop down list, whatever value you will select, that value will be submitted to our application. This is all about the input type date time local. All input elements will write like this. With this only we can execute our program. So this is totally about the drop down list, entry point, here age, and here country drop down list, and check boxes, radio button. So normally if you check it in any application form, most of the applications forms will be with this input elements only. This placeholder we are writing here to display this type of text, and whatever you write, it will display like this. Here, this is one placeholder. This placeholder is used to display that information what you are expecting here. What you have to write it in that particular field, that expectation will write it here. And gender, we are writing here, any one of the input field will write like this. And this is what here drop down list, you can select any one value of the drop down list will be like this. Here it is, now you can check it here, date of birth or here manual entry of date, we can do it like this. Here, the dates what you are writing here, here, here whatever dates I'm writing here, so these dates for our program, we can write like this. Here it is date time local, our local time zone date, it will print it. Here this is manual entry of date. This one here it is manual entry. This is selection from the given calendar. Here age input field I'm writing here, that age for our application will write like this. This is what here one age of the application will be like this. And here only you can select any one from the checkboxes, or here checkbox will be displayed like this. This is what here button, and this is what here button click. Both are same buttons. So this is totally about the input elements. Input elements for our application will print like this. This is totally about the input.html for our application. Input tags will display like this. If you check one Oracle create account page, here you can see this is one text email address box, password box, retype password, country drop down list. Here most of them are the text boxes, and this is one drop down list. Here this way it will display here. It will display here, and this is one zip code. It is one text box. So widely used one, what all we use widely, those all I explain here in this programming. This is what about the here today's input elements. Generally, I have to go for one more one, that is form tag program, but it takes more time. to submit to the server code. I'll explain little bit server code. It is not a single program. We have to use so many things here. Server code installation, server start and execution of the program in the server, those all we have to discuss. Here in this time, this server application, how to develop it, we discussed here. This is one form tag. If you click submit button, how to submit that application form, we understood here with this form tag. Okay, so this is totally about the application development by form tag. Application development by form tag, I'll explain to you in the Monday session. Today, Saturday, we completed our content. Next weekend onwards, I'll change your class timing or a little bit early or late. That I'll let you know. Okay, so I'm taking weekend batches from next weekend, 28 onwards. So mostly your timing will be same, or I'll let you know Saturday how it works for me. I'll check and I'll let you know. Mostly same time. 7 o'clock I'll end and 9 o'clock I'll start my class. No problem. It will be work for me. Okay, I'm starting weekend CoreJava batches. That is 8 weekends. Next weekend, 28th June, I'm starting that new weekend CoreJava batch. And 25th, 10 a.m. I'm starting. Here, I'm going to start 25th. On 25th, I'm going to start a new batch on UI programming, 10 a.m. Okay, if any of your friends join for this UI batch or a CoreJava batch, let me know. Tomorrow, Sundays, generally no class. Monday to Saturday, I'll continue my classes. Okay. Yeah. So yesterday files I uploaded. So who are not got my drive access, Gmail drive access. So try to get it. So whose mail ID is missing in this list, 6 a.m. list. For them, you may not get my drive access. See here. This is my totally 6 a.m. list. So who are not in this list, so they can check with the organizer. So organizer will give you drive access to it. Okay, who are completed registration, for them only we are giving here 6 a.m. drive access to you. See, this is my 6 a.m. drive. In this, I uploaded yesterday recording and before recording, all recordings I uploaded. See here, in this recordings folder, you can check my all your recordings. Here, what all classes, demos I conducted and what all regular sessions I have conducted, all you can see here. See, this is all my list of classes. So demo 1, we started on 2nd June. We are going to end the HTML4 by Monday. So that is 23rd. 23rd Monday, I'll complete HTML4. Then 24th onwards, I'll start HTML4, I'll complete. I'll start CSS2 topic. CSS2 topic, I'll start on Monday. Sorry, Tuesday. Okay. So everyday class, including yesterday class, all recordings I'm uploading here. So check every day this drive. And files also I'm uploading here in this that respective folder. And the document I uploaded in the doc folder. In the document folder, I'm uploading that documents. See here. Here programs folder, only programs. Paint file only what I am explaining, that paint files. Here doc folder, see HTML4 related documents. These all just only HTML4 related documents. And here this is our UI course content. This is my total entire content for my development. Okay, so this is all about the execution and implementation of our classes. Okay, so if you not understand anywhere in the class, please let me know. Ashish, Ishwar, I have your mail ID. Ashish mail ID, I can't see here. And Hardik, just before one student joined and left, his mail ID also not there. So please contact organizer. So they'll give your mail address with me. So by that I can give drive access. So that contact number they shared in the chat window. So please follow. Okay, that's it for today. If you have any doubt, you can ask us. Any doubts? Clear? No? Okay. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow, Monday, not tomorrow. Monday, link will change. You will get link from organizer, DurgaSoft organizer, and from my mail address. Thank you.